Welcome everyone to our closing ceremony for the 30th annual CWWA conference and exhibition. It's hard to believe that we've reached the end of conference week already. We are so happy to have so many of you join us again for the second virtual experience. We hope you found our online platform HOVA to be user-friendly for connecting with other attendees. I can tell from the interaction during the week that people really had fun using it. We do hope that we'll be able to see you in person in 2022. Also, of course, we'd like to thank our sponsors. Without this would not be able to happen. Our gold sponsor, Sandpick. Our silver sponsors, Deal Metering, Mia Water, our conference app, our friends at Webco. Bronze sponsorship, Consolidated Water, and our copper sponsors, Argo American, DART, and Florida Aqua Store. I'd like to thank our funders as well, Canada, the High Commission of Canada, the CDB, Caribbean Development Bank, the IDB, Inter-American Development Bank, IWICO, UNEP, United Nations Environmental Program, and of course, the Dutch government. Thank you to our exhibitors as well. Consolidated Water, the Sherwin-Williams Company, Solar Power and Pump Company, Deal Metering, Mia Water, and Webco. We hope that you have had a chance to visit our sponsors and exhibitors by visiting their pages and booth on HOVA. If you haven't yet, don't worry. You can still do so even after the ceremony has finished. The HOVA app will be up for a while after the conference, for more than a few days. Thank you so much to all our speakers, panelists, and guest presenters. Sharing successes and learning from one another to better our region is truly the heart of the conference. There were so many excellent papers and presentations this week. And later in this ceremony, we'll be celebrating those that stood out. It was also great to celebrate the CWWA's 30th anniversary. Our special anniversary event was an excellent opportunity to remember the last 30 years. The breakout sessions proved to be a great way to tap into your insights to help us make the organization even better. And from those that were at the annual general meeting last night and saw the Secretariat's presentation, you will see that some of the suggestions are already going to be put into the 2022-2023 work plan. To get us started with the proceedings, we will turn our attention to the CWWA President, Ms. Sara-Jade Govia.
What an amazing week this has been, CWWA. I know you would agree when I say we truly felt the hospitality and essence of the Cayman Islands throughout this conference. I hope our conference participants really felt the value of their time and money in the excellent presentations and post-discussions across the last few days. What was exceptional for me was the representation across all Caribbean territories, from academia, utilities, private companies, and also NGOs. The common themes at the end of the sessions were, how can we work together? How can we learn from what you did? This is what we live for at the CWWA. This level of collaboration that our conference and exhibition sparks in bringing professionals together and getting those wheels turning. I hope you would have also visited our virtual exhibition space with the booths from our sponsors and other exhibitors, and that you would have connected with some of the companies that are waiting to help you solve your problems. Companies like Sandpick Contracting, the Canadian High Commission, Deal Metering, Mia Water, Consolidated Water, DART, Florida Aqua Store, Argo American, and Webco. We also use this week to celebrate 30 years of the CWWA. And those of you who were there would have gotten a deeper reverence for the CWWA, what it stands for, the faces behind the CWWA, and why join us and keep connected with us. That was not just a social session, but it was also used as an opportunity to brainstorm with those of the participants that attended how we can better serve and retain members that are uniquely Caribbean. While this is the close of the conference sessions, this is not the close of the conference, as we would host our ministers for water and our ministers for solid waste over the next 2 weeks with our partners from the IDB, the CDB, the Dutch government, and UNEP. There we would give them an update on the implementation of the Regional Strategic Action Plan for Water, the RSAP, and also the development of the Solid Waste Strategy for the region, CWMAP. As we move forward, the CWWA's newly installed board, operating within the framework of our new constitution, we will be pursuing several initiatives to optimize on more impactful collaboration and engagement in this virtual environment. Our plans are to launch into new sectors that are underrepresented. The companies that are high water users, like our Caribbean breweries, beverage manufacturers, and hotels. Also, we will be looking at the professionals that operate in other sectors that are heavily dependent on water, like agriculture, mineral extraction, and also finance and economics, which we need so desperately. We are also going to be going after women and young people who are still not equally represented in our membership. So please let us go out and evangelize and bring more members into the CWWA family to benefit from very specialized experiences that all our Caribbean states are commonly experiencing. The success of this year's conference and exhibition was the fruit of the hard work by the Cayman Islands Local Organizing Committee, with Dr. Jalia at the helm of that conference. To Jalia and the team, I extend our huge appreciation to you, the LOC, and the entire Cayman Islands for giving us the greatest virtual experience in our history. Next year, ladies and gentlemen, the CWWA is heading to Cuba. We are very grateful to the Cuban Embassy, to Trinidad and Tobago, and the Cuban Chamber of Commerce for accepting our invitation to host us. We are praying hard that this would be an in-person conference and exhibition, and we look forward to seeing you all in real life. I wish every one of you a successful few days ahead, and we look forward to seeing you here with us next year.
Thank you, Madam President. How we can work together, that is our theme for 2022-2023. As you all know, our host this year is the Water Authority on Cayman. And if you joined us for the opening ceremony, you would have learned that the Cayman Islands has a very strong seafaring heritage and a connection to the water. So right now we're going to hear a poem entitled Cayman Water, written by Caymanian poet Annikki Hill, that highlights Cayman's connection to the water and how that connection has changed through the years. Please enjoy.
Barefoot through weeds and red mole, before old people said sun would burn her in her bed. She raced sleep and the crickets to the deep hole, the pale trailing tap tapping out the rhythm for the rooster's sunrise solo at the well. This was a woman's path she was born to follow. Her mother, harvester of salty shallows, father, conqueror of foreign deeps, brother would be king of duppy water, and she, with her sweet morning bucket haul, to keep them all alive, proud to play her part. She was only 5. Salt in the blood, sweet in the well, we rise with the tide and roll with the swell of the waters. Uniforms boiled, washed, pressed, a little blue soap, a hot iron taken to every pleat, straighten every collar starch. A family too big now for the slow march of bucket service. Beans to soften, rice to boil, Water carried by pipe rather than children, but home still needs serving. Beds spread, hammocks hung. Smoke dulled the mosquito song. One tries to land but cannot find a dry place in the salt water sprung from the skin of her face. Hands lift from the yams in the soil to wipe the drop of toil. Eyes rise to a sinking star. Time to rest. Walk another path to rocky coast to make the most of paradise before sunset. Salt in the blood, sweet in the pump. When a day's work is done, climb the rocks and just jump in the waters. At 16, she is ready to graduate from small fish and big roots, needing beef at the table, dew-dressed tomatoes, sun-greened leaves picked clean out the garden tended by raindrops gathered in a cloth-topped barrel, running bamboo channels to the frog city center in the dark cistern. A pipe by the back step washes hands from the outhouse before giving entrance up 2 steps to the coconut-shined wood floor of the simple, pristine kitchen. Homework done by oil lamp, prayers for rain at bedtime, bring cool, feed the mango trees, slake the thirst of house and yard. But clouds give gifts when they feel like, and backup wells bring smells of ground and peat, too brackish to fit all the purposes of sweet home, pasture, and village. Salt in the blood, sweet in the tank. When the rain fails to fall, it's the truckers we thank for the waters. The screen in the window lets the moonlight pour in and keeps the bugs away from the baby's new skin. Washed sweet and soft, just big enough for nighttime kisses and morning smiles. Rain lullabies in season fall on zinc and then shingle to commingle in metal pipes. Petrichor, baby wipes, perfume. The young mother slips out to the bathroom and ponders, how did my mother do this with open holes and pails? As she splashes water on her face, she gives thanks for grace that her little girl's path will not go to a well or cross with monsters in the outhouse. Water will come to her when she calls. Salt in the blood, sweet in the sink. New channels and systems chase poison and stink from the waters. The morning is ripe but still. The sun won't burn her in her bed. Lunch is packed, children bathed, watered, fed, and herded to the family car. Radio morning shows tell stories, play songs that have forgotten. The 4 wheels turn, join the slow march of 1,000 others. Families crawl over black-topped silk roads from the east. Rumbles, smoke, ticking, turning signals, toots and traffic drown the roar of the pipe-bound river below, a majestic, constant flow. Treated, pressured, perfect stream flowing under the red mole path, where the soft pat-pat of bare feet from another life unnoticed echo over silent rivers. The DJ on the radio plays another song. Salt in the blood, sweet underground. We sometimes forget, but our lives are still bound to the waters.
That's beautiful. And if Cayman permits it, I would love to have that to post on our social media sites. And now we will move on to the award ceremony, where we will celebrate excellence in our region. This year, all award recipients will receive an award created in the Cayman Islands by the artist Otiseo Esteban. The awards are made from Caymanite, a uniquely Caymanian rock. Caymanite can be found hidden away under the jagged crust of Grand Cayman's east end and the craggy cliffs of the bluff in Cayman Brac. Sound poetic there. These rock strata are found only in the Cayman Islands and are well disguised by the surrounding limestone. Caymanite has layers of colors and earth tones created by the different metallic contents of each strata. Its hardness challenges the craftsman's skills, but when cut and polished, the stone has radiant hues and can be transformed into unique jewelry and carvings. What better souvenir of the Cayman Islands can be found than a crafted piece of the rock itself? In addition to the award, which will be shipped to all awardees in a Cayman kind box, special Cayman box, with other Caymanian treats. So let us begin with our first award. The Ron Williams Award for Technical Excellence is awarded for the best paper for the 2021 conference. The paper is selected by the technical committee. There were several excellent papers submitted, but there can be only one winner. And that winner is the paper entitled Cashew Gardens, a Model Community, as a case study of community waste management in Trinidad and Tobago. The lead author was Yashoda Singh, director of the Cashew Gardens Community Council, and her co-authors were Rosalind Williams George, Aisha Kalu, Bernadine Paris, Ria Sipasad, and Shada Mahabir. Congratulations. And now it's time for our second award, our next award. People's Choice is a new award added to this year's conference, which will honor the best presentation as chosen by you, the people. Voting took place after all the presentations were given up to this morning. And the winner is guess what? Cashew Gardens, a model community as case study of community waste management in Trinidad and Tobago. Lead author was Yashoda Singh, director of the Cashew Gardens Community Council, and her co-authors were, of course, as we heard before, Rosalind Williams George, Aisha Kalu, Bernadine Paris, Ria Sipasad, and Shada Mahabir. Congratulations, Cashew Gardens, and Ms. Yoda Singh and team. Now it's time for the next award. Next award is the Ivan Rodrigues Award for Best Virtual Booth, and it's awarded to the best exhibitor as chosen by the conference attendees. Voting has been ongoing throughout the conference, and the winner is, I don't even know who the winner is. Consolidated Water Limited. Congratulations, Consolidated Water. Well done. Voted by the people. Excellent. Now it's time for our Gold Award. This honors our regional water and waste sector stalwarts. This year, there will be 3 honorees. 2 nominations were put forward by the hosting nation, the Cayman Islands, and 1 nominee from the Caribbean region put forward by the CWWA members. Now let's see the recipients of the 2021 Gold Awards.
Bernard Etanoff has been serving as the general manager of the sole water utility in the Commonwealth of Dominica, the Dominica Water and Sewerage Company Limited, for the past 15 years. Before taking up the position of general manager in 2006, he held other senior management positions at the National Development Foundation of Dominica as senior projects officer, and then later as executive director. He also served as a member of the executive of the Caribbean Water and Sewerage Association from 2006 and held the position of president from 2009 to 2015. He has been attending and participating at the CWWA conferences since 2007. We thank Bernard for his many years of service to the industry. Tom Van Senten joined the Water Authority Cayman on the 13th of September 1984, initially on an assignment with the United Nations as associate expert. He was appointed as New Works engineer in 1992 and eventually assumed full responsibility for the New Works and Engineering Department. In 2005, he was promoted to deputy director, taking on a more strategic management role while maintaining his normal duties as the head of the Engineering Services Department. In 2010, he assumed responsibility for the Operations Department and for the Cayman Brac operations in 2013. Tom has been integral to the development of the water supply and sewerage of the Cayman Islands. He has been instrumental in one way or the other in every capital project in water supply and sewerage over the past 37 years. We thank Tom for his many years of service to the industry. Walt Watler joined Water Authority Cayman on the 2nd of April 1991 as operator and was appointed to the post of heavy equipment operator in 1995. He became senior heavy equipment operator in 2002. He passed away while still an employee of the authority on the 21st of September 2020. Walt played a vital role in the extension of water pipelines throughout Grand Cayman, including East End, North Side, and the East-West Arterial. He operated all types of heavy equipment needed for the installation and repair of water pipelines, including trencher, dump truck, and backhoe. He was meticulous, conscientious, and reliable in performing his responsibilities as senior heavy equipment operator. His contribution to the development of the water supply infrastructure of the Cayman Islands was invaluable and continues to have an enduring impact on the country's overall development. We thank Walt for his many years of service to the industry.
Congratulations. Congratulations to our gold awardees, Mr. Bernard Etanoff, Mr. Tom Van Zanten, Mr. Walt Watler. At this time, we would like to turn our attention to Dr. Julia Frederick Van Gendera, Director of the Water Authority Cayman and Chair of the Local Organizing Committee, to say a few words. Doc.
Good day, everyone. I am Julia Frederick Van Genderen, the Chair of the Local Organizing Committee and Director of the Water Authority Cayman. I want to start by thanking you for attending this year's virtual conference and exhibition. While we've all had to learn to adapt and become flexible due to COVID, the pandemic continues to impact us, and there are more challenges ahead. We hope that the information and ideas shared this past week have been beneficial and will lead to innovative policies and practices that utilize technology to build resiliency and strengthen the sector to serve our Caribbean people better. In addition to being informative, we hope you've enjoyed this virtual conference experience. The Cayman Islands had the privilege to host the CWWA conference some 20 years ago, and we were delighted to host it once more on the 30th anniversary, no less. While we were disappointed we were unable to welcome you to our shores this year, we hope that you felt our Cayman kind spirit through the week, and we look forward to seeing you in person soon. Best wishes, and see you again for the 31st Annual Conference and Exhibition in 2022.
Gracias. To work on my salsa and merengue. Thank you for attending the closing ceremony of the 30th Annual Conference. Thank you for celebrating the CWWA's 30th anniversary with us. And we will continue to celebrate that anniversary throughout the year. Thank you again to all our presenters. Thank you to our sponsors, our exhibitors, and funders. Thank you to the Cayman Islands and the local organizing committee for all your hard work in putting the conference together with the Secretariat. We are looking forward to seeing everybody in Cuba in 2022. Our virtual mixer will begin immediately after the closing. And as we close here, I'd like to call on Ahmed from the LOC to just quickly explain how this will work for the mixer. Ahmed?
Thank you, Wayne, and hello, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. As our director said, we are very disappointed that we couldn't have you with us in person this year, but we hope you enjoyed our virtual conference. It's now time for our last event, which is the virtual mixer. Just wanted to give you a quick rundown of how it goes. Hopefully by now, you have a bingo card printed in front of you or on a phone or tablet next to you where you can keep track. We will go into breakout rooms immediately after the vote of thanks from Wayne. We will stay in the same Zoom link. We're not going anywhere. We'll go into breakout rooms. Each person will go with 3 or 4 other people, and you'll have a few minutes to ask questions and hopefully get as many boxes on your bingo card filled. Remember that each person can only fill 1 box for you, so you can write a person's name on your card only once. So let's say, for example, you have a box that says visited Australia. You go into the breakout room, you find Wayne, for example, ask him, have you visited Australia? He says yes. You write Wayne's name, number 2 if you want, but then you move on. You can't write Wayne's name again. And then the middle box in the bingo card is just for any member of the CWWA, so it's kind of a freebie. Note that each bingo card is slightly different, and the breakout rooms will be rotated automatically every 3 or 4 minutes, so you get a chance to interact with as many people as possible. Now, the important question, how do you win? There are prizes for our winners. In order to win, you need to do 3 things. The first thing you need to do is to fill 2 rows. They can be horizontal, vertical, diagonal, or a combination of the 3. The second thing you need to do is in between the breakout sessions, when we are in the main group, you need to write in the main chat bingo. And the third thing is you need to take a picture or a snapshot of your bingo card and email it to CWWA conference, CWWA 2021 conference at gmail.com. I will put those rules in the chat box right now. So with that being said, I will turn it back to Wayne for the vote of thanks, and then I'll see you in a little bit.
Okay, thank you, Ahmed. My video has been stopped, so that's okay. Thank you for that explanation, Ahmed. And you see in the chat box there that Ahmed is sending the. All right, I'm back. And Ahmed has put in some of the directions and instructions in the chat as to what to do when you're getting in the rooms. This should be fun. We have some seriously competitive people in the CWWA, as you can see from the leaderboard. I'm just amazed at some of the points these folks are getting. But to not further delay the mixer, I'd like to officially bring the closing ceremony to an end. So let's see you in the virtual mixer. Thank you once again for everybody, and let's get to that mixer and see what we can do in the virtual rooms, in the breakout rooms. Thank you.